I think that I am sick of Ion. I am sick of everything. I'm going to take a trip to the fields. All right. Let's try going to the fields. I definitely have the feeling that I might come face to face with something life-threatening, but maybe a spectacular adventure awaits me out there. Hooray! Something different! There have been 3 characters, and to be honest, the best part was when there was 3 characters. I'm sick of Hiroto. Somebody other than Hiroto needs to talk. This house has always been has always had a single plot of farmland on it. It may not be big enough to make a profit off the crops, but it's a perfect size for a home garden. I'm getting flashbacks to the constant struggle we'd have fending off our field from the ferocious advances of the aphids and moles. Get some ants! I'm sure that was I sure was a greenhorn back then, I tell you. Ah, you're a greenhorn! I just don't think that most people will know what that term means unless you played the Oregon Trail. I wonder how that field is doing nowadays. Might as well go and check it out. It's probably crawling with weeds anyway. Or rather not. The fields are totally maintained. It's positively packed with vegetables. Wow. Amazing. How? Is somebody taking care of it? My parents don't live here, nor do my grandpa or grandma, so it's supposed to be a regular old empty house in my hometown. While the inside of it is naturally quite dreary, not a single speck of dust is collected in it. Not to mention, I should have thought it odd the moment I realized that even the lights still work. Our house is supposed to be vacant, but has someone been using it this whole time? Who in the world could it be? I don't know. There sure is a lot of weird shit going on. I'm a little less worried about this. No good. There are too many dubious folks to list. In the countryside, my house is your house, and your house is my house. Okay. Yeah, Chinese cabbage. I assume that's bok choy? Is that bok choy? I think that it was probably translated. I'm going to actually look this up. Viewer, just for you. I'm going to just totally derail this. Let's see, what is Chinese cabbage? Let me guess. This is gonna be. Yeah, it looks like bok choy. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's bok choy. All right, well, it's probably bok choy. Maybe I'm showing my West Coast background here, but white people here at least know what bok choy is and don't need to call it Chinese cabbage. Enjoy us with miso paste. Stick us in soup. Do your worst. We'll neither run nor hide. That's what these fine cabbages are saying to me. Well, I should hope they're saying nothing, because they are in fact cabbages. I mean, this land has been practically abandoned anyway, and it's not much of an issue, even if someone in the village were to be using it. But something is still bugging me. Just who on earth has been growing such fine Chinese cabbages? Anyway, I feel like the interior of the house has been exerting some sort of lived-in feeling to it as well. When I got to it, there wasn't a single speck of dust anywhere around. Maybe you've been living here this whole time, Hiroto, and you're actually 80 years old. So I guess it means that someone has been using my house for while it's gone vacant. That's basically turned my house into their personal little vacation shack. I'm not sure. Maybe I should think about it scientifically. As I ponder that, I step foot in the field. You mean set foot, I guess? The cabbage field. Oh, yeah, there's a gate. Question mark. Something is moving around. A large pile of grass accumulated in a section of the field. Perhaps it's an animal that's come down from the mountains or something. It's going to be that other mermaid. Huh? It's going to be Petako. Petako? I can't remember the name. It seems like whatever is behind this mound of grass is not showing the slightest signs of moving. Regardless of that, the wild force that's flooding my senses, the whoever or whatever is behind the grass is telling me that they are definitely no slouch. Oh, that's good. I'm glad they're no slouch. Oh, man. We got the mysterious music. Oh man, do we have to sit here and clash wills with one another? You're just like watching it. Of course, when 2 expert warriors clash, it's usually a single blow from both parties after a long dramatic stare down that settles the scores. However, I'm no expert at anything for that matter. I pick up the deflated ball that's sitting next to me and toss it toward the mound of grass. And... what? It's a deer. Cow. Whoa, so it was you, huh? Actually, that's pretty dangerous because a deer can, like, kill you, dude. Like, they look very friendly, but those antlers are gonna hurt when it runs at you. A deer shows itself. It's nothing more than a deer. Deer. Phylum Chordata. Is it? Is that a phylum still? I don't think it is. I think that's a super phylum. I think that's a clade now, actually. I don't know. It's been a while since I've taken biology, but I'm pretty sure that Chordata is like a super phylum now. Anyway, so phylum Chordata, Mammalia, Cetartiodactyla cervidae, a viciously harmful genus of mammal. So what? I would have to fight some real gorilla-looking dudes back in club practice. Yeah, those are people, though. And while I never really fought anybody who looked like a deer, let's face it, Bobby, which I assume they mean Bambi, but they can't use it because Disney is very litigious. I'm going to say this right now. Bambi, also Disney, you need to do something about Walt Disney's anti-Semitism. You ever going to fix that? You ever gonna fix Walt Disney's anti-Semitism? You gonna go back in time and change the world? No, you ain't gonna do that. Anyway, Bambi has nothing on me. I like this terrifying scream. I think it's supposed to be reminiscent of Pokemon. Still, despite its adorable appearance, why does it have such a dreadful cry? Not only that, but it's not even trying to run away. Weird, considering that a deer will usually run off into the mountains once a person spots them. Ah, the back is blocked off by a fence, huh? Well, deer are said to have a vertical jump of over 3 meters. That's pretty high. But the fence around our field is much taller than that. Makes sense considering that it's a fence for keeping critters from the mountains from getting in. This is probably really bad. This is scaring the crap out of me. The deer looks my way and belts out a cry. It's a far, far cry from the docile and adorable image that society lets on. Also, deers are like opportunistic carnivores, so watch out for that. What should I do here? Just as I mentioned earlier, deer are vicious and harmful genus of mammals. One deer cropping up here is enough to do irreparable damage to the field as a whole. Speaking from an economic point of view, it's more vicious than a wild boar. That is not true, actually. Maybe not in Japan, but in the United States, wild boar cause a lot of damage. See, boar would wreck just a portion of the farmland and go about its merry way, but a deer, well, no, a wild boar will do what it wants when it wants. You gotta kill him on sight. It'll eat every last bit it can. All the vegetables in the field, it'll eat every last bit of them and then go away. Looking at it from a farmer's perspective, it's a perfect example of a monster that's not really all that strong, but ends up inflicting poison on your party and forces you to go back to town in an RPG. That's the sort of vicious critter we've got here. I disagree, but anyway, continue. That being said, I would suppose venison is you're not going to be able to kill the deer, Hiroto. That deer will kill you. I've never heard it myself, but that's what I would suppose. No, it's just a theory. I wouldn't dare try eating it, although I might sing a different tune if it were just so happened to be lying there after getting run over by a car or something. In that case, I decide to turn around without a peep and leave the field. If I leave, maybe it'll follow suit and head back to the mountains itself. I avoid any scientifically futile conflict, therefore making me invincible. There is not one positive aspect to fighting a wild animal. I agree. However, why do I feel blood? Oh my god, Hiroto. I turn myself around once more. Cow. The deer starts running. Why though? The deer comes dashing at me with its 3 meters worth of vertical jumping power. I can see 2 pointy teeth jutting out of its mouth. Wow, deer sure do have some cool looking teeth. I set my sights on dealing with this in a calm and composed manner as possible, so I pick up a thick wooden board lying by my side and guard myself with it. Okay, analyze the situation. The deer is most likely dashing at me because I turned my back on it in the first place. Wild animals oftentimes start chasing whenever their foe turns their back to them. I don't know if that's true. Add insult to injury because its way out is being blocked. This deer is agitated to the max. Darn it all, I really screwed the pooch on this one. Yeah, you sure did. Also, you should, not corner a large wild animal. And then, the deer sees I'm guarding myself and sends me flying, wooden board and all. How? How did it do that? It's so freaking strong. No, your arms would be broken, Hiroto. That's how that works. Never underestimate wild animals, that's for sure. Lucky enough, since my body is now in complete harmony with the board, the kinetic energy ends up transferring to my rear. And while I do go soaring across the bright blue sky, I manage to escape with minimal impact. Sure, the pain from falling to the ground is there, but still... I don't believe it. It split the board apart. Grr. The deer dashes in all directions while letting out a growl more akin to a wolf than a deer. Oh, gross. Oh my god. From what I can see, it seems to be continuing its dash while extremely agitated. If I were to attempt to make a break for it in this situation, I would undoubtedly get attacked from behind. Ah, darn. It's going stark raving mad. Did it snack on a person or something beforehand? I would say the chances of it charging at me again under 10 seconds is more than 87%! Plus or minus a 3% margin of error. Can you explain that in 50 words or less, Hiroto? Because that's what I would like you to explain this whole story in 50 words or less. I adjust my glasses with my middle finger, taking a look at my surroundings, because he's flipping it. There's nothing around I can really shield myself with, so I pick up a brick that's lying by my side. I hoist the concrete brick with the essence of human construction towards the face of the charging deer. Oh no. I gaze steadily at the deer as it runs around every which way. Ah, our eyes meet. Cow. Shut up! Shut up, deer! I'm too busy! The deer charges at me, the brick spins around in the air. The deer's movements easily outstrip my kinetic vision, but unfortunately it doesn't seem equipped for projectile weaponry. It's running around in a very obvious path. My arm is ready and raring to go, so all I have to do is let loose the brick and it will fly from my hand. Planting okay, then do it. If you're so good at it, why don't you do it, Hiroto? Planting a rectangular mark right on that deer's face. No miscalculations in the angle here. The deer is still traveling in a straight path. Now's the chance. Exploded to clay red confetti, no noble brick. No, you don't want that, because that means that the kinetic energy wasn't transferred to the deer's face. Still, will a single brick be enough to offset this deer's kinetic energy? No, it won't. Even if you kill it, it'll still come at you. Even if this blow does so happen to knock the deer out, unless it also, oh hey, he knows, offsets its kinetic energy as well, I'll end up colliding with the deer and taking massive damage since I can't make any drastic changes in position, now that I chose fight and not flight. Okay, time to see what happens, I guess. Oh my god. Takes approximately 0.1 seconds to run through my mind. That's 100 milliseconds. I guess it's true what they say the human brain can extend the perception of time when put into a dangerous situation. But enough of that. Aha! Oh wow, that is much more terrifying. Before landing the final blow, that's when it happens. The very important moment that our split-second struggle erupts. Hey, blue? Question mark. Both the deer and I lose our judgment at the same time. I stiffen up while still in brick-throwing position, and the deer tries to make a sudden stop. But I am unable to lessen its speed from its charge, tumbles to the ground. What is this? None of this makes sense. What the heck just happened? Mermaid magic. My body is trembling. I can't so much as move. What happened to me? I have a recollection of this feeling before. It's, well, you know, it's sort of like when you watch a gruesome horror flick, and even though you're okay at the time, the moment you turn off the lights and hop into bed at night, your brain suddenly starts producing a highlight reel of the movie, and you break into a cold sweat. Is that what happens when you watch a horror movie? I wouldn't know. I watch horror movies, and then it leaves my brain. Except for, of course, the brave little toaster. That is forever seared into my frontal lobe. I slowly raise my head and take a look behind me. Oh, it's Ion. Hi, Ion. The expressionless mermaid stands there. It seems like she wants to say something, but I can't hear a thing. And now Ion's lower body is, what is this? It's girl legs. Don't lay a hand on Hiroto, deer who got stuck in the garden. Deers have hooves, not hands, stupid! Alright. Key. The deer stands in a frantic manner. You think it's an underdog here. Under-deer, whatever. That's right. Get on my level. Phew. Ah, what a brilliant fight. Yes, a formidable enemy and one I wish to do battle with once more in the future. Yeah, right. What in the world did Ion just do? Magic. Then I go limp and sink to the ground. What should I do, Hiroto? She got legs right now. She has legs. I can see the legs. It might not be obvious on the screen, but through the blue transparency on the bottom, she done has some legs. I didn't do anything to you, did it? It didn't do anything, no. In complete opposition to her usual lack of expression, she's an uncharacteristic breakdown, running over to me like a mad woman. She's right, she's running over with legs! Gross! I only like fish! Oops, I skipped that. It doesn't matter. That last paragraph probably meant nothing because it's Hiroto talking. I'm fine. Ah, what should I do? You weren't bit where you eat. Hiroto, your skin is turning flesh-colored. Well, I should hope his skin is flesh-colored. It's always been flesh-colored. Quit carrying on with your face full of dirt. I slowly moved to the ground. No good. I feel like I'm gonna laugh. Burst out laughing at it. What do we do? Call 119, which I assume is the emergency number. Someone help. Eek. I give Ion a light poke on the forehead. Ion. I'm not hurt, so quit freaking out. Wow, she's like suddenly a lot more expressive. The problem is they told us that. They should have just shown that. They didn't need to tell us that. That's the key. Showing's the key. All right, just finally back to familiar territory. And he's dead. Oh wow, that was some top-notch and surprisingly diverse content from me, Turtle Selbor. If you liked that, you should subscribe and comment. And yeah, just remember, gaming's for everybody, not just for like your older brother who has like a neck beard.